legs lock up, you get lightheaded and pass out. That's a real thing, right? That happened to a girl in my class when we were on a field trip. Okay, this is actually, it's kind of an ironic story. We went on a field trip to the emergency room because it was like a medical science class. So we went on a field trip to the emergency room because I don't know, I guess there's nothing else to do. But I don't know, just to see how the operation of the emergency room works, I guess. And she passed out because she was standing with her legs locked while we were listening to somebody talk. And it was ironic because we were at the emergency room. But honestly, that's like the best place to pass out because immediately she was like rushed onto a stretcher and had a nurse looking at her instantly. Yeah, ever since that moment, I also always keep my legs slightly bent. I always think about that. Is it $50,000 debt? I hope not. It's like dying in the respawn area in a video game. Yeah, at least you saved the ambulance trip. I mean, I guess if you're gonna pass out, the emergency room is the best place to do it. She just laid down for a bit and was okay. Yes. Yeah, I think she woke up like instantly also. Everybody was fussing over her. She was like the pretty popular girl in the class. And also her boyfriend was in that class too. And he was like, I think he had like a heart attack because he was right next to her when she passed out. And everybody was fretting over her. Dumb and blonde? No. She was smart. Smart and blonde. She was blonde though. She was nice. You know, like the nice, smart, popular girl. They exist? They do. Is she single? I have no idea. She wasn't at the time. Probably hate is a strong word. But I think like everybody is disliked by at least one person, right? That's just the way it is. And as long as that person doesn't like confront you about it, it's just whatever. That's just life. Yeah, if like you yourself have people that you dislike, then you can't really hold it against other people. Who do I dislike? Do I dislike anyone? I don't know. I mean, I definitely had people in... Did I have people in high school that I disliked? I didn't dislike them strongly. If I did, enough to remember them. Any teachers? Oh, I have to think about it. I liked most of my teachers. Was there a teacher I disliked? Okay, there was a creepy band teacher, actually. Maybe every school has one of those too. But I never interacted with him because he was the percussionist. I don't know, I'm trying to remember all of my teachers. Did I have any I disliked? Not really. I mean, I had some like mid teachers. It wasn't that I like disliked them. A lot of the times I would dislike the subject, but the teacher is fine. We had a teacher that taught history. I forget which history. We found out, somehow the students found out that instead of writing his own tests, he would just take AP practice exams from the internet and just use those as the tests. So you can find, they have answer keys. And at some point, like the class caught on and everybody was sending each other the answer key. And it became this big conspiracy in the class. And even I got roped into it, which I didn't want to be because I was always a good, upstanding student who didn't like to cheat. But then it was like, and it's like an AP class. So everybody's already nerds to begin with. And everybody's like, hey, look, our tests are exactly the same as the practice test. Here is the answer sheet. But then they would be like, but you have to make sure you don't get 100%. Because if everybody in the class gets 100%, then the teacher's gonna catch on and he's gonna change the way he does the test. So you need to purposefully miss some so that he doesn't realize that we know what he's doing, so that he'll keep doing it. But I was just like, what? I did end up looking at the cheat code, but I also tried to study it properly. It was a real pickle. But then the test was like literally just the practice test, and it's hard to forget once you've already seen the answers. So I think I was in that spot where I was like, what do I do? I think I did miss a couple on purpose. And the teacher did find out. He did realize. And he gave us a scary talk. But honestly, he should have been writing his own tests. So yeah, that teacher was pretty mid. He was the classic, like, I'm just here because I want to be a sports coach. And they're making me teach. But like, I didn't hate him. Did I retain any information from that class? No. My physics teacher in high school, I think he himself was like fresh out of college. So he was probably like, well, you know, he was young. He was cool, but I felt bad because I feel like all the students just treated him like a fellow student. Not jaded, yet full of life. Yes. I think, you know, sometimes there's like casual Fridays or whatever where the teachers are allowed to not wear their normal fancy outfits. shorts, and he wore like a hoodie to school one day, and everybody thought he was a student. Teachers had fancy outfits. Not fancy, but you know, the men would almost always wear like khakis or slacks and a button-up shirt, and then like optional tie or jacket. And then the women would usually wear like blouses and pants or skirt. Yeah, business casual. Sounds like the high school math teacher you added on Steam after you graduated. Did I add any? I don't think I added any of my teachers on any social media. But there was the like acting teacher was adding a lot of students on Facebook even while they were in her class, and I always thought it was inappropriate. And I still think that was probably inappropriate. She probably shouldn't be adding her current students on Facebook. She was definitely like the oversharing type who would tell us about like the dates that she went on, which I don't think that's appropriate. What grade was this? Like high school, 12th grade, 11th grade. Like the teacher from Toradora, like the teacher from Madoka. I like how you both said different anime. Is this an anime trope? Actually, yeah. Yeah, both of them are, aren't they? Like that, actually. Both accurate. It is a trope, and I guess it's real. My French teacher was one of my favorites. I think I talked about her before. My French class, because like by the 4th year of it, there were only like 8 people in the class. We were all girls. I think the last boy dropped out in the 3rd year, and then it was just like 8 girls. We would just hang out and like talk in French during our class. And like she would teach us stuff, but a lot of it was just like having conversation, which is a good way to learn the language. It was comfy, it was. Who didn't sign up for the hair about? He got voted out. Not really, not really. I'm sure he would have been welcome in the class. I'm sure we would have done the same things. Can I still speak French? Oui, je parle français. Ha, bien. Le ré, en serre, c'est non. Je ne peux pas français maintenant. C'est trop difficile. What did you just call us? Mon petit chou. That's my favorite term of endearment in French. It means my little cabbage. Mon petit chou. I think it's a real term of endearment that people call each other in French. I think that's so cute. My little cabbage. So cute. Cabbages stink. They do, but they're cute and round. And green, equivalent of sweetheart. I guess if you think about like the word sweetheart, it is also kind of weird. Like, I guess it just means you have a sweetheart. Like you're nice. You're a sweet person. But it also sounds kind of scary. Like using heart with a culinary descriptor. It makes you think about like the actual beating heart. It's a little weird. Honey liver, sour liver, salty appendix. That could be a good way to start making new insults / compliments for people. You're such a sour kidney. It evokes a certain sense, doesn't it? Even if you don't know what it means. Spicy brain. Oh, you're such a spicy brain. Okay, that's scary. That's like Hannibal Lecter would say that. Maybe he would say sweetheart too, though, right? Savory pancreas. Okay, what's that anime about eating pancreas, though? Isn't that a thing? It's a short movie. What is it called? I Want to Eat Your Pancreas? Why does it have such a weird name? So that you remember it? I guess it works. I've never seen it. Maybe I should watch it. Watch along? I haven't done a watch along in a long time. Maybe I should. I want to watch something sad. I want to watch Anohana again. That was like the first sad anime that I watched. It did make the tears flow. Angel Beats for You. I haven't watched that one. I haven't watched a lot of the like classic sad animes. Cause sometimes I'm like too much of a hater and a contrarian, and I'm like, I see what you're doing. You're just trying to make me feel sad, and I don't appreciate your attempts at emotional manipulation. That's how I felt in that show. It's like a newish one about an orb. It was so weird. I didn't understand the concept at all. To Your Eternity. But like, why is he an orb? What is an orb? See, that one I felt like they're just trying to make me sad. They're just like throwing every sad trope at me and seeing what sticks. I stopped watching it. Oh, I love A Silent Voice. Probably one of my favorite anime movies. I also like Wolf Children a lot. I know, doesn't Wolf Children make you want to like go live out in the Japanese countryside? I've seen Makia. I have seen Makia. I don't remember it that well though, but I remember I liked it because it's like about a mother and a son. I like parent-child dynamics in movies. Sometimes like romance, like sad romance, doesn't do it for me. Sometimes it does, but sometimes I'm just like, oh, boo-hoo. Not romance between between mother and son. No. Such a hater I am. Maybe it's because like parental love is more unconditional. With romance, it's like if either of the characters does something that I dislike, then I'm gonna be like, why be in a relationship with each other in the first place? Exactly, they're the worst. They should not be together. It's so easy for me to think that about like couples. But if it's like a family, then it's like, well, that's unconditional love. The craziest thing happened to me. Okay, not really. I'm just too online that this would be like the craziest thing. I was trying to look for a recipe for roasted carrots and I had baby carrots. So I Googled roasted baby carrots. And Google was like, there are no results for your search. I was like, what? Excuse me? How? Doesn't exist. Not allowed. Nobody on this earth has posted a recipe for roasted carrots. It only read roasted baby. That was my thought. But it's like, come on. You have to read the rest of my query. I'm not crazy. I'm looking for roasted baby carrots. Carrots. Monoliths now. I wanted the specific timing for a baby carrot because that's what I had instead of a big full-grown carrot. It's working for you. It did work when I refreshed. But it was very weird. I guess it was a glitch. But I was flabbergasted. I was like, excuse me? There are no results on this whole internet for roasted baby carrot? Nobody's ever done that before. They're cutting me off. I mean, it's not like I didn't even really need a recipe anyway. I guess that's what they're telling me. They're like, do you really need a recipe for this? Are you really asking? It's like, well, I don't know. If you could give me the temperature and the time, I can figure out the rest. Google said just eyeball it. Just roast them. I figured it out in the end. Roasted baby gives good results. I'm scared. I don't want to see that.